Today we're talking about insulin and its role in weight loss and, most importantly, insulin resistance. Hello, my name is Anthony Scott and welcome to The Heavyweight. I had not heard the term insulin resistance before I began working at a diabetes company. However, I really began to understand insulin resistance when I began researching it after I survived a mental and physical health crisis. I quickly learned that to understand insulin resistance was vital to me cracking the code and losing 110 pounds. 4 in 10 Americans are suffering from insulin resistance. And these are people like you and me who are not living with diabetes. So if you include those with type 2 diabetes, we know that insulin resistance is an epidemic that we need to address and understand. According to WebMD, insulin resistance takes place when your liver, cells, and fat don't react well to insulin. To compensate for this, your pancreas creates more and more insulin in hopes of allowing your muscles and liver to absorb glucose. The pancreas is working overtime and insulin levels remain high. The day that I understood that I had insulin resistant and the impact it had on weight loss, I will never forget. About 2 years ago, I was working with my healthcare providers and I was suffering a mental and physical health crises. If you would like to know more about that, please click on the Who Am I video and the link below. But once I began to heal, both mentally and physically, I realized that I was morbidly obese and I was over 410 pounds. And at that point, I wanted to lose weight. I put on a CGM and I wanted to use it to inform my weight loss approach. So I decided to embark upon a low-calorie diet. I ate that morning for breakfast a 300-calorie sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. That's it. I looked at my CGM 40 minutes later and my blood sugar shot up to 200 and stayed. That's the moment I realized that my approach to weight loss had to include lowering my blood sugar. I had to understand why this was and what it meant for my ability to lose weight. This is when I began to try and understand how to understand insulin resistance. To understand insulin resistance, you have to understand how insulin functions. When you eat, insulin is released to help facilitate your body's ability to use glucose as food. When insulin levels are high, in an attempt to get your body to take in glucose as fuel, it also tells your body to start storing energy as fat. This action literally stops your body from burning fat. Carbohydrates are turned into glycogen, which are chains of glucose, and the liver, which is stored form of fat. What that means is that as long as your insulin levels are high, your body can't access the stored fat. This means that if you have insulin resistance and your insulin levels are high, in an attempt to get your body to absorb the glucose, you will not lose weight, even if you only eat a 300-calorie breakfast with carbohydrates. To understand insulin resistance is key to those of us who have insulin resistance. So let me share with you an analogy that I think will help explain this phenomenon. Imagine your body's energy storage system as a bank with different accounts. For example, a cash drawer and a vault. When you eat, insulin acts as a bank manager, directing the energy where it should be stored. When there is excess carbohydrates, insulin instructs your body to store excess energy in a safety deposit box in the form of glycogen and lipids, which are like your muscles and liver. However, if the safety deposit box reaches its full capacity, the bank manager, insulin, instructs your body to start depositing more and more energy in a secure, deep vault as stored fat. As long as insulin levels are high, stored fat can't be accessed, which means it's very impossible to lose weight. However, during fasting or reduced food intake, when insulin levels drop, your body is finally able to withdraw the energy. First, from the easily accessible glycogen in the cash drawer, and then in the harder to reach stored fat and secured vault. Insulin resistance is characterized by persistently high levels of insulin, essentially locking the vault. This happens no matter if you eat a 300-calorie sausage, egg, cheese, biscuit, or if you eat 1,000. It can't access it and use it as fuel. If you have insulin resistance, your insulin will remain high until you change the consumption of what and when you eat. Do you have insulin resistance? It's important to talk to your healthcare provider, and if they don't understand insulin resistance, find another provider that can help you on your healthcare journey. If this video was helpful, leave a like, subscribe, share with friends and family. In addition, go to anthonyscott.com and subscribe to our mailing list for free resources and insight. If you want to see more, please go to my origin story on the link below. And also, if you want to know the 5 things that I did to help me lose 110 pounds, click on the video here. Have a fantastic day. See you next time. Take care.